know mom or dad needs to move eventually. We're getting to that point. What should we do right now as a first step?
Hi everyone, Kelly here with Scott Bloom Law. And as Scott mentioned, we are doing a really exciting series where we are not highlighting ourselves, but the professional partners that we work with that our clients rely on. And our very, very first guest is Sarah Gabriel, who has been really a tremendous resource to our clients and to our seniors and to the people in the greater community. So, Sarah.
Thank you so much, Kelly and Scott, for having me and allowing me to share a little bit about what I do, how I work with you guys in your office to support our clients. So I am a seniors real estate specialist and realtor with Keller Williams Real Estate. I work in the Horsham, Pennsylvania office, but my small team covers all of Bucks, Montgomery, Chester County, and Philadelphia. So my specialty is working with seniors and their families. When I first got into real estate, I was working with a lot of families that had been in their homes for decades. And I quickly realized that those families needed an additional level of care and resources than some of the other families that I work with. And it became somewhat of a passion of mine to work with seniors and their families to help them transition out of their home that they've been in for a really long time. It's a very emotional process and it requires a lot of patience and compassion and resources.
Yeah, and getting their trust.
Yes, absolutely.
Helping them navigate, leaving their lifelong homes where they raised oftentimes their families.
Yes.
And it's not a quick turnaround, right?
Correct.
You work with families sometimes for months.
Months or years. There are often families that reach out to me. A lot of times it's the adult children who reach out first. Just to start the conversation and say, I know mom or dad needs to move eventually. We're getting to that point. What should we do right now as a first step? And that's a great time to start the conversation because we never want those clients to feel rushed or pushed or pressured. 100%. And
So
it's a very big change for everyone, but particularly for the seniors.
And how does the downsizing process work?
So downsizing is, it's always different, but there's multiple facets to really getting that part done. For any family that's been in a home for a long time, they have a lot of items in their home that are sentimental. And so, that's the first piece is taking time to really go through and enjoy that process with the family and having the children go through things and identify what can find a new home with maybe one of their adult children or grandchildren. And then when that part of the process is over, I bring in my team of professionals. So I have antique appraisers, art appraisers, professional organizers, move managers, anybody that can really have their hands in the process and help my clients to be able to make decisions where they feel heard and like they're making a good choice for their belongings that are of value to them. And we go through that at their pace.
I took a liking to Sarah because I have worked with seniors for a very long time. I've done home care, I've done assisted living, and I believe that a lot of times the clients that we work with are in the evening of their life. And it's our job to make them as safe and comfortable and happy as humanly possible. And I think that she does that.
Yeah, thank you so much. I agree. I want the biggest thing for me when I'm working with any family is so that my clients and their families feel comfortable, safe, like they've got somebody in their corner that they can rely on. You mentioned assisted living, and that's another point I should probably mention is that I also have built relationships over the years with a lot of the senior communities in our area.
She has a lot of contacts.
So, that's another conversation that a lot of times adult children reach out to me for initially is that maybe their parent had a fall and is in a rehab and may need additional care after they get out of that rehab, and they just aren't sure where to begin, where to look, what can their family afford, and those are all very valid questions. So I've taken the time to build relationships with many different communities with different levels of care across Montgomery and Bucks and Philadelphia, so that I can begin that conversation with the family and also put them in the right hands to help guide them and figure out, you know, what's going to work best for their family member, for their budget, and their lifestyle.
Wear a lot of hats.
Yes.
Anything else that we didn't cover that anybody should know?
Another piece of working with seniors and their families is estate planning, which is a big part of your business here. And I've relied on Scott and the office here to help a lot of my clients who need to put those important pieces of their future planning in place. And it's a conversation that, again, because a lot of people in my world know that I love working with seniors and work with them a lot, people come and ask me, you know, what should we be doing now? What conversations should we be having about a power of attorney or having wills in place? So while I am not the lawyer, I know who to point them to. And also, you know, if there's a situation where a family member has passed, I work with the family and their estate attorney to help with the sale of the estate property and also connect them with any resources that they need to get through that process.
You know, Sarah and I are actually, we found that there's a lot of people that are not sure how to quite get through this, how to handle everything, the step-by-step. Scott and I did a talk last night about documents, power of attorney, estate planning, as Sarah mentioned. So we are going to be doing some speaking things, so stay tuned.
Yes.
We're really excited to plan it, and we're going to do some panels and some educational things for the greater community. And it's going to be really great, and hopefully be able to answer a lot of questions for everyone.